Up next on Good Taste, a tiny country kitchen where gourmet food is served on paper plates, along with plenty of personality.
It's the big butt ballet.
It's a dance you don't want to miss. Tech jobs brought this young couple to Texas, but their passion for all things Parisian will turn your diet upside down. So what are you eating right there?
Oh gosh, you had to point it out. My wife is gonna kill me.
And you'll love every tasty minute of it. Plus, heads of state have dined here.
Well, the G7 summit was signed here, and you know, the Bushes used to live here.
And now you can have a seat here too. We'll take you inside the historic Manor House, where delicious food is only half the story. Good Taste starts now. Hi everyone, I'm Tanji Patton. Welcome to Good Taste. I travel the state every week to find you the best spots to try. Call it an insider's look at delicious dining. I want to take you to Tarpley, Texas, to a tiny roadside kitchen that's big on taste. Get ready to have fun, y'all. We're going to Mac and Ernie's. It's a beautiful drive through the Texas hills to get to Mac and Ernie's. The really small restaurant is about 10 minutes west of Bandera. Blink and you'll miss it.
Gas out. The sausage is coming right behind.
That's Naylene, the owner, the chef, the gal who makes things happen. A lady whose talent and personality make Mac and Ernie's a true hill country find. For folks who've never been to Mac and Ernie's, what's it like at Mac and Ernie's?
It was pretty laid back and low key. It's my party. I like to have fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have
You
fun.
like to have fun too.
I absolutely like to have fun.
I've heard that about you.
It's a well-kept secret. Mac and Ernie's is all about fun.
We're loving it. Enjoying the food. We're having some catfish and shrimp tonight.
Friendly, laid back, and the food is fantastic.
Everything's homemade.
Everything.
We make everything. We make our tartar sauce, we make our red sauce, we make all the sauces on the meat, we make our salad dressing, I cut the steaks, I cut the lamb, I cut the fish, we peel the shrimp. You name it, we do it.
It's all done in this tiny little kitchen,
I'm about a minute off on those 4 fish.
thanks to a hard-working team.
That drum to go is on. The veg for those next 3 is not. 5. Those 5 are on. We send out with just this small staff 150 plates a night.
150 plates a
With
night?
the 5 of us.
Whoa. Are you just wiped out at the end of the night?
We're pretty tired. There's usually beer involved.
Well, that probably helps.
It does. It really does.
Before this tiny crew is able to pop open a cold one, they gotta keep the catfish frying.
Okay, it's gonna be turn and burn, Geraldine.
And the grill going with its sizzling steaks, fish fillets, and Bandera farm-raised quail. It's a menu that can change in a heartbeat. So how do you choose what goes on your menu?
What I'm hungry for.
Really?
Yes, and you'll never see black-eyed peas on my menu or lima beans.
Usually, cabrito is on the menu, sourced from a tiny farm right across the street.
We're out of cabrito right now because the coyotes ate all my market goats. For real, they did.
One of the most popular dishes here, one that stays on the menu, are those grilled quail, covered in a smoky and sweet ancho chili honey sauce.
Fire. I came up with this ancho chili honey based sauce that I put on the quail, and that's one thing I can't change. People, there would be mutiny or
Another winner on the menu the night we were there, the toasted walnut and blue cheese duck sausage with pickled red onions and blueberries.
You don't expect to find this type of gourmet fare in a little place like Tarpley, but that's what makes the hill country of Texas so enticing.
Kind of a big difference between Tarpley, Texas, and Brooklyn.
Yeah, I would say so. But maybe polar opposites, but they're both awesome. So.
Speaking of awesome, the desserts, they sell out fast. Yet another reason Mac and Ernie's has been cooking strong for 16 years.
How did you build the business? You told me that one
Trust.
of your... Trust?
Trust. It was built on the trust that every time you came and ate at Mac and Ernie's, because it's a drive to get here from anywhere, that you were going to get a good meal.
Naylene is the best. And coming up, I'm going to show you how to make that delicious Ancho chili honey sauce. You can use it on all kinds of things. But first, royalty dined at this Texas spot. Now you can too. A beautiful house with delicious food. And the secrets to a delicate Parisian cookie come down to this.
And you can feel when it's the right consistency.
Magnificent macarons, and so much more when we come back. Good things come from Cisco. When you see the delicate, delicious pastries here, you'll instantly be in a Paris frame of mind. Something this beautiful, this rich, has to be French. French-inspired for sure, but made deep in the heart of Texas at a charming bakery in Pearl known as Bakery Lorraine.
I went to France about a year ago, Paris, and I chose this place because I've been feeling nostalgic for Paris.
This Parisian-style bakery and cafe parades all the French classics you'd expect, like delicate pastries, flaky butter-laced croissants, and luscious layer cakes.
What are you eating right there?
Oh gosh, you had to point it out. My wife is gonna kill me. It's a chocolate cake that goes really good with coffee. I don't know what it is, but it's awesome.
And no doubt, worth every calorie. These feather-light macarons, exquisite eclairs, and other tempting treats are inspired by a couple of former techies, a pairing that began at Thomas Keller's famed Bouchon Bakery in Napa.
So, you guys actually met working in one of the most famous bakeries in the world, right?
That's correct.
We did. We did.
So how did that happen?
I think just timing. We both worked overnight together, and it was a limited dating pool, so I had a pretty good shot.
He got lucky.
But it was something else that brought them to San Antonio.
I got tired, and I took a tech job, and I drug her out here with me.
You were a techie at Rackspace.
Rackspace.
Ann took a job at Rackspace too. But before long, both missed having their hands in the dough.
Started a farmer's market just for fun.
Yeah, just to satiate the baking bug.
One pastry led to another, and voila, Bakery Lorraine was born. The name, by the way, chosen not for the quiche, but for Ann's middle name, which is also Lorraine.
I love it. The atmosphere is great. The macaroons are wonderful.
Little light puffs of flavor, these classic French creations, when done right, require a lot of finesse and technique. It's an intricate skill Ann admits she taught herself from lots of reading and plenty of practice.
And if you would, why is she having to mix this giant batch of the macaron dough by hand instead of letting the machine do it?
So we like to finish that batter by hand because there's a very fine line between getting the batter undermixed to overmixed. And finishing it by hand, you get a better feel of the batter, and you can feel when it's the right consistency.
So how many macarons, let's say in a day, do you all make?
We'll make a few thousand a day, very
Really?
easily, yeah.
And in a variety of flavors.
In a variety of flavors.
And what flavor is this here?
This one is blackberry cardamom.
Oh, wow.
You like that?
All of the gorgeous creations in this kitchen are the result of lots of time, work, and collaboration between bakers and pastry chefs.
So what is it? What's under that gorgeous dome of
So
chocolate?
there's some milk chocolate mousse, and then inside is a soft milk chocolate ganache, and in the very center is a caramelized hazelnut. So the inspiration behind that is a Ferrero Rocher, which everyone loves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love a Pop Tart? Bakery Lorraine's remake of the Toaster Classic is one of their most popular pastries.
People love it because it's something they can relate to. Yeah, it's very nostalgic. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're fun to look at. I think everyone has ties to their childhood, and it's like comfort food, right?
Breakfast and lunch are served here too. Everything is farm fresh with an Epicurean edge, like this Caesar salad made with kale. It's croutons torn from loaves of house-made sourdough bread sautéed in butter.
We have a bunch of salads, and we change those seasonally. Keep it interesting. We use what's fresh, what's good for the season.
Sandwiches are also special, including this delicious BLT.
It's pancetta that we crisp up. We have aioli, arugula, tomato on a croissant.
Avocado, and you do it on a sourdough bread. I know that sandwich by heart.
So whether you're craving some serious carbs or simply want a relaxing spot to meet for lunch, bon appetit à Bakery Lorraine.
So with all the success, and I know it's a lot of hard work, think you'll ever go back to the tech world?
No.
Sorry, Rackspace.
Rackspace was a great job, but I have the best job in the world now.
Yeah. Yeah, we love where we're at.
Okay, everybody, we're going to learn how to make that delicious smoky ancho chili honey sauce that we saw at Mac and Ernie's. This stuff is really good, and you're going to love it on everything. I'm with Chef Adrian at H-E-B Cooking Connection, my go-to guys when I need a recipe from a restaurant done easy at home.
Well, thank you so much. Love a good ancho sauce, good on everything. We're switching it from quail today to lamb chop stuff.
Love it. Well,
So
it's good on chicken, too.
It's good on everything.
Yeah.
Really, it is. That smoky little heat in there you get, great. So
Okay.
we're doing our lamb bone-in loin chops. Here from H-E-B, all natural, of course. We pride ourselves in our all-natural selections. So for the ancho sauce, we're going to do our dried ancho peppers, fresh orange zest, a little honey. We've got candied jalapenos, old school style, and a little salt and pepper and chicken broth. Very simple and easy.
All right, let's do it.
So we'll season these up with our hickory all-purpose house rub. It's got some good woodsy flavors, sweet and salty as well. Skillets on a medium heat, a little extra virgin olive oil, and we're going to cook these for 3 minutes aside. All right, now we're going to pop these in the oven for about 10 minutes on 400 for a nice medium rare finish. So we've got our dried ancho chilies. We're just going to pour some boiling water over the top, let them reconstitute for about 10 minutes till they're nice and soft.
Okay, next.
All right, so we've got all our ingredients in the blender with a little touch of our Buyer's Best candied jalapenos. Blend it till it's creamy and smooth.
Here we go. And here it is in all its smoky goodness.
And if that's too smoky or spicy for you, a little Greek yogurt will kill that heat just right.
So good. We've got the recipe on goodtaste.tv. Chef, thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, I'll show you the wines. My picks for the week,
Some fantastic Pinot Noirs, including an organic one. Then, dinner with one of Texas' first families. Well, sort of. We'll take you to the historic Manor House and save you a seat at our table. Good Taste will be right back. Good Taste with Tanji is brought to you in part by H-E-B. Welcome to Uptown Houston, one of the busiest, trendiest, hottest spots in the city. Smack dab in the middle of all the chic chaos, there's a hidden oasis, a treasure trove of beauty, relaxation, and delicious creative cuisine. A spot that was once reserved for a select few. Not anymore.
The historic Manor House at the Houstonian is opening its tables to the public for the very first time. It's a seat I highly recommend.
By all means, take a seat at the Manor House, an historic spot where no detail goes unnoticed in the dining room and in the kitchen. Houston movers and shakers know this place well, like former NFL lineman turned investment banker Doug Dawson.
I hear you're a regular here at the Houstonian.
Pretty regular, yes. So I have breakfast at the Olivet next door, probably 4 out of 5 mornings, and then I eat here at the Manor House at least half my lunches.
I'd say that's pretty regular.
I bring clients here that are already clients.
Okay, so a little secret from an insider. When you want to close a deal, what's the best table in there to do that?
Well, they always put me in that little room by the patio because it's just me and the waiters, you know.
Okay.
You're alone in there, so you really can talk finances and talk business if you want to have a little privacy.
Well, I should say, it's not just about business. I mean, this is an awesome place for the ladies who like to lunch too.
This historic spot sits on the Houstonian's 18 acres of uptown lushness and has a reputation for getting things done.
So in addition to this being an incredible venue, there are a lot of really historical things that have happened between these 4 walls.
Yes, well, the Bushes used to live here back when he was head of the CIA, and then, you know, when they moved over into the hotel, they would still use the house to do things like the G7 summit. They did the signing here in the botanical room.
Oh, and there's some amazing pictures of the world leaders here.
Yes.
And that was in the room we're standing in.
That was in this room, and then they all had lunch over in the main dining room.
Wow.
And then also the King of Spain has stayed here in the hotel and in this very house, and then also Jack Nicholson has stayed here during the 80s when he maybe was filming Terms of Endearment.
Did he get along with everyone?
I believe, yes. Everybody said, you know, there are people that still work here that actually were here during that time.
Really?
Yes.
I had to ask. The lure here is also, of course, the food.
For those of us who are loyal fans of Olivet, the food here is every bit as good, but the food is different.
That's right, it is. It's a little bit more classical. It really fits the venue.
It truly does. Dishes like snapper pontchartrain, a seared Gulf red snapper served over a Johnny cake and classic pontchartrain Creole sauce, or the lemon sole meuniere with jumbo lump crab meat. And you know what they say about crab meat.
We figured that out a long time ago. If you put crab on it, people will love it.
And speaking of crab meat, their crab cake here is spectacular, almost majestic as it sits on a bed of tasty mock chew, a Cajun scrumptious take on succotash.
We've had that on the menu now for almost a year, and we have no plans on taking it off.
Oh, delicious.
Salad lovers, this baby kale salad with farro and eggplant is a meal all by itself. And you'll do a double take when you taste Chef Neil's playful twist on Eggs Benedict.
We've kind of had fun with this, and we did something that's similar to breakfast, but we're serving it at lunch. And so it's a hot smoked salmon served with in an Eggs Benedict style. And so we put that on the menu, and that's been surprisingly popular.
So many reasons to plan a special meal at Manor House, a spot that holds a special place in modern history.
I know a lot of people have kind of come back over to view the house, and it's always interesting because they said they used to play here when it was just a neighborhood. They knew the Reed family. The Fays have come back by and had lunch. So it's really interesting to have a lot of the community who once spent a lot of time here get to come back and enjoy it.
So excited to tell you about my wine finds of the week because we are talking Pinot Noir, one of my favorite and probably one of yours too. With Pinot Noirs, I do think they're a wine where you want to spend a little bit more money on your bottle to ensure a really well-produced one because there are so many Pinot Noir producers and not everyone is making really good Pinot. I've found some wonderful ones for you today and I'm excited to share them with you. Okay, up first, organic. This is Bonterra's Organic Pinot Noir. This little wine just bursts with bright flavors of cherries, raspberries, a little bit of spice on the finish. I think it's just wonderful and it's only $16.98 a bottle. So Bonterra's Organic Pinot Noir. All right, moving on to Siduri. Siduri makes a wonderful Pinot Noir too. This Pinot style has a little bit more earthiness and a little bit more of the dark fruit, but you're still going to get your cherries. Think dark cherries, maybe a little bit of plum. Siduri, it's a wonderful Pinot. and it's priced right at about $24. Okay, Duckhorn fans, this is such a wonderful Pinot. It's Migration. You're probably already familiar with it. Keep in mind with Pinot Noirs, I do think you need to spend a little bit more to get a really good wine. That's generally the rule of thumb. This one is about $30. It is worth every penny. It is a beautiful Pinot Noir. The influences the Russian River Valley have temperature-wise with the fog and the high temperatures in the daytime and cool at night makes some beautiful wines. I love this. You get your dark cherries, your raspberries, but it's all just velvety smooth. Migration, found all of these at H-E-B.
Keep your seat. When we come back, we'll find out how you could win a relaxing weekend at the beautiful Houstonian Hotel and Spa. The Manor House is just one of the cool things at the Houstonian, and you just might win a weekend there. Here's how. Head to Goodtaste TV right now and sign up for a chance to win a luxurious weekend at the Houstonian, complete with spa treatments for you and a guest at the beautiful award-winning Trellis Spa. Remember, we love to get social with you. You can find us on Facebook at Good Taste with Tanji, or follow me at Twitter and Instagram at Tanji Patton. Don't forget, set your DVRs right now for next week's episode. Thanks so much for joining us. Till next time, cheers to good taste.